It's a big day for America, and it's a big, big day at the Sturgis Charter School. It's Spirit Week, it's Mismatch Day, and of course it's the inauguration of President Barack Obama. We're heading inside to see how it all goes down.
We remain the most prosperous, powerful nation on earth. Our workers are no less productive than when this crisis began. Our minds are no less inventive, our goods and services no less needed than they were last week or last month or last year. Our capacity remains undiminished, but our time of standing pat, of protecting narrow interests and putting off unpleasant decisions, that time has surely passed. Starting today, we must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and begin again the work of remaking America.
I mean, it's all been building up to this day. Do you think our new president delivered in his address to the nation there?
I think he definitely did. I think that his speech was amazingly eloquent. His rhetoric was perfect. I think that's one of my favorite attributes of Obama is his intelligence and the way he can use words to send a really strong and powerful message. And I think that's what is one of the most important qualities in a leader.
And will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Well, Chandler, you got a T-shirt on, very appropriate for the day. Seems like you must be pretty excited.
I am, yeah.
What does this inauguration day mean to you?
Well, you know, there's change, which is like his motto, and we did it, which is noticed on my shirt, so, you know, there's a future ahead that, you know, economic problems are going to go away, and, you know, everything's just going to change altogether.
Well, it's going to be a tough job, but it's not going to happen right away, though, right?
No, over time, definitely. You know, if not this first term, maybe there'll be a second term for him. We don't know. We can't talk that far ahead, but it's what happens right now what he'll do for us in the future.
So you're thinking President Obama, we have the right guy for the job?
Right, we do. It was the right decision.
How come? What makes him the guy to go to in this circumstance?
He has a game plan for everything, you know, economics, the schools, education, you know, everything. He's thought about everything. He even has kids for himself, so he knows a lot about what needs to happen for America.
First of all, Geneva, let's just clear something up. We've seen some crazy wardrobes here at Sturgis today.
Yeah, today is the first day of our Winter Spirit Week, and this is Crazy Mismatch Day, so I went for it.
I see, and we've seen a lot of wild outfits here. Good. It's good that we know that, and we're moving on to the inauguration now. You got a chance to watch it with some students. How did it play out for you?
It was great. A few students came into my classroom during lunch. We were able to get a stream going from CNN. We got a lot of goosebumps, especially when Aretha Franklin came on the stage to sing My Country 'Tis of Thee. That was a really special moment for us. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see a lot of the oath because the stream cut out, but we could hear some cheers coming from the library. So we knew that it actually had happened.
So it's always technology in these circumstances.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think our school's bandwidth had a hard time covering all the streams in all the rooms, but I ended up getting a pretty good stream from the BBC website for the rest of his speech.
Well, let's talk about, you know, this is a teachable moment, I would imagine. Everyone seemed to be into it here. How do teachers use this sort of a moment?
I think it's a really important moment, especially in Latin, we think about government and we think about sort of the history of political figures, and he's certainly one of those. I know the history classes are doing a lot with taking a day off from whatever you may be studying, whether you're studying Nazis or right triangles or whatever in any of your classes, and thinking about how this is a moment that America is growing and changing, and you can stop and reflect on that as well as your regular school material.
Let's say I wanted to say a new president has arrived in the city. Can Latin say that kind of thing?
They didn't have the word president. They had either an emperor or a consul. A consul served, the two of them served at a time, and they were effectively the president. So we'll say, Novus Consul, a new president, in Urbem, in the city, venit, has arrived.
And once again, all together?
Novus Consul in Urbem, venit.
Right on. Thanks, Geneva.
Thank you.
See ya. Let's start with you, Sophie. A big day today, the inauguration. How'd it go down for you? How'd you feel about it?
It was inspiring. It was really beautiful. He's such a great public speaker.
Yeah. And for you, Princess, what do you think? Inauguration, big day.
I think it's the same thing. It makes a big impact in the world, and it's huge ever since like Martin Luther King Day. So everybody's there to celebrate it and everything. So.
Now let me ask you, Princess, is Obama the guy for the job?
Well, there's differences that people find in him that they didn't find in John McCain, but I think he's going to make a good impact in the world.
And how about you, Sophie? Do you think things are going to change now? We got a tough economy, we got wars going on. Can things really turn around with this guy?
I think things can turn around, and he has just sort of like that charismatic air about him that people will look towards him and they'll see a change.
Now, is he the hunkiest president ever? Anyone here?
I don't know. I think Kennedy was kind of, he was good looking.
Yeah, Kennedy, but it's not bad looking, very young, so I think it's pretty good.
Now, yeah, as young people, doesn't it feel nice to have a guy that's not like in a wheelchair or in an oxygen tank?
Yeah.
Because it feels like you guys here at Sturgis are like embracing this guy. I mean, there's a lot of spirit in the...
There's such a unity around here. It's nice.
Sturgis is very school spirited. Pride is really high, and Spirit Week too. So it's very celebrating, and we love it.
And we should say, Sophie, that this isn't your usual dress for school.
Usually what I go around in. It's mismatch day.
Mismatch day during Spirit Week, so there's an excuse for all this.
Of course.
So let's talk about hope then. Hope and change, the big words. I know you hear them over and over, but is that what is really going on here today?
I think it is. It represents change on a lot of levels, just because, well, from one president to the next, there's quite a bit of a difference. Yeah. And there's also, him being African American. It's inspiring, like I said.
Well, now, Princess, are you African American?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, I mean, forgive me for asking, but is it a big deal to have an African American president?
It is. It's really different. It's a big change in the world that I think a lot of people, he really reached out to the youth. I think this time, unlike other presidents, he really got everybody together, and he was a big impact. So I think that to African Americans, it's really big, one of the biggest things that will ever happen in their life.